It is December 3rd, 2016. We're here at 1058 and 1056 East Main Street in El Cajon, California, 92021. At 1058, the next suite over from this part of the building, they have a clogged sewer main that's not working. We're now here at the side of the building for the parking of this, and there are cleanouts here. There were 2 cleanouts. We were told there was only one, but the other company either didn't dig it up or look for it. We're not really sure. But the first cleanout here will sweep towards the street. So this drops into a cast iron main. There's a little bit of sludge and buildup, so right now our camera's got some debris on the end of it. So what we're going to do is real quickly we're going to push out through this line, and we're actually going to go all the way out to the city here, which isn't that far, and we're going to then clean off the camera face here with the water that's literally running down the street. So right now we're actually in the city line, so we're going to back up. Okay, there you go. We're in the very huge pipe here that is for the city of El Cajon, for all the neighboring properties off this road. So you can see the line is clear and running for the city. We're now going to back up. This is a 4-inch clay pipe for this property. You can see the clay pipe is clear. We're going to be transitioning to cast iron here. Now right there on the bottom right of the screen, you can see there is a crack in the clay pipe. We're going to go ahead and take a photo of that. However, that is not a crack that requires any type of repair or any maintenance right now. The ground around there, of course, is deep enough and compacted enough that that shouldn't become an issue. But we do want to note that, so that in case somebody ever to hydrojet or snake it, there is that little mark there. And we're going to back up, and this is the transition to cast iron. Now we have this mark. This is very deep. It's about 6 feet 4 inches deep, and it's right at the beginning of the city sidewalk, and we've marked it with some green paint denoting that. So that's this transition from the cast iron to the clay, with that little offset you see right there. Now we have basically cast iron pipe here, 4-inch. You can see the line's got some buildup and scale, but it's completely clear. So we're now moving back again towards the cleanout that we just came in from. The line is still all open and clear. Some deposits and buildup caked on the walls, but nothing too severe. Okay, we're coming out now to the very beginning of the entry point from this clean out. So you can see there's a little bit of sludge there. That's what actually encased our camera lens when we first went through. So that little bit of debris right there is what clogged our camera head. It's not much, but we're going to be going through a hydrojetting process here shortly, and we'll clean that up and kind of scrape that little bit away from the line. So we've now just come out of the clean out box here. We're going to wipe off our camera lens. Okay, so now the second clean out here, this sweeps back into the building. Now we're going to go ahead and push through this and determine whether or not this part of the system connects to the 1058 that has the backup. You can see there's a little bit of water going down the line here, it looks like. A little bit of debris in there as we turn to get cleaned off the camera face. So this is the original cast iron pipe. So you can see there's some little mounds of paper and debris settled in the pipe there. Some here, sort of passing little pockets here and there. And there is some buildup on the walls of the pipe, and that's to be expected for this age of cast iron. But right here, the line is clear so far, so we're going to keep pushing out. Right now, the line is running perfectly straight along the side of this building, which is the old battery specialist store, and it's running towards the back lot. So we're we're still running parallel to the building. Going back here. Line is still clear and open. Again, some little buildup and scale of deposits on the walls of the pipe, but overall it is still open. Okay, right here we have a T-junction, so you can see some water coming into the line, and that's where it appears that somebody's utilized some water, and we're not sure which, if this is coming from actually the 1056 or the 1058. So we're going to go ahead and pause the video for a second. Okay, this is the T-junction that picks up the bathroom for the battery suite, which is the 1056. So we just flushed the toilet there, and then the line continues back. So we're going to go ahead and continue to push forward. We're going to pause the video for 1 minute. Okay, so we've gone ahead and marked the spot where the line's coming out from that other bathroom. And we're now continuing down this line. We expect this to go up and make a right-hand turn here to eventually connect into the pipe, which is not draining for the 1058. So again, you can see some buildup of debris here on the little walls of the pipe here, and some little chunky stuff. And that will be cleaned up when we jet this. But we're going to continue to push down the line because we want to try to find the path that this is taking. And I believe we just came up to a spot where it is making a right-hand turn here, possibly entering into the line. We've got some debris in the line here, though, so our image is a little unclear. Okay, this does look like this is where it makes the turn, but it is a combo or a Y fitting to make the turn. So you're going to be kind of hitting a dead end. If you continue to go straight, you have to go ahead and make a kind of a right turn with the jetting and hose equipment, but we may want to go from the other direction then. So we're going to go ahead and pause the video and locate this turn. Okay, so we've gone ahead and located this junction right here. And so, again, we got a little bit of debris on our camera, try to clean it off. So this is about 10 feet into the back lot beyond this parking and the chain link fence. And we've marked it where this turn is located at. And it's about 34 inches deep is how deep the pipe is. And so we're now going to go ahead, and since our camera is not going to be able to make that turn with this particular camera, we're going to go ahead and pull out, and our hydrojetter is now going to go through the line and go ahead and start cleaning it up, and also try to get to the actual stoppage, of course, which we have in between this spot and the back of the building for 1058. So we're going to pause the video. Okay, as you can see here, we have a hole in the pipe in the bottom. We have our camera in there. We have the jetter beyond here. We still have some buildup, but the bottom of the line here is actually broken and collapsed away. This is right outside the back of the building. The pipe is only about 1.5 feet deep, and we're going to go ahead and pause the video again to go ahead and get the rest of the line cleared, and then we'll repair this pipe. Okay, so we're here out the clean out right outside the 1058 suite. This was all backed up earlier. We did just put the jetter hose through and the line is clear. Now we took a photo just a little bit ago where the line was so clogged, and we could see at this right after this Y junction, which the pipe makes then a 45-degree turn to the left, we could see the bottom of the pipe was rotted out and broken. So we should be coming up on that here shortly. We'll see, we may have standing water in that area. It's depending what kind of, we're probably at that little mark. So we're riding over it. There's some standing water above it right now, but it's what's slowing everything down and then is building up in the line. But we're just going to continue down the pipe right here, make sure it's all clear and doesn't need any more. Now here it looks like this is the bottom that's also rotted out right here. And this might have been that one section, but we've got some water that we'll put through there to clean it out even more. But we're going to keep pushing out and see here that there's bulk of the debris we had is removed. Okay, here's a transition to ABS. So somebody's already had to do a repair back here at least once, or maybe put in a clean out. No, it looks like it's just a small section of pipe that they had to repair. There's no T-junction. We're going to continue down the line here. Okay, here's another little 45. Let me see if that's a, it's not a, it's hard to get. That is a T-junction, so they used a Y fitting, it looks like, to make this 45. So we should be running parallel to the back of the building, and now we'll be headed several more feet, and then we'll be coming to the other Y junction, which will make a full-on left turn to run along the side of the building, which is where our recording stopped previously. Got a little bit of water here in the line that's draining out perfect, but that's because of the cast iron buildup, hopefully. Yeah, so you can see there's a little nub of debris right there, and that's a little flake of pipe or some other heavy debris, but that's kind of causing a little bit of a dam up right there. We're pushing that with our camera. There we go. So it's not too bad, but that's why we've got a little lake of water there. Continue down the line here. Little chunk of debris right there. That could be the wall of the pipe starting to fail as well. So the bottom of this line is definitely starting to somewhat fail in a few spots here. We're going to try to only just repair what we have to today, but it is original cast iron, so it's at the end of its lifespan. See a little crack fissure line there on the bottom left of the screen. I'll take a quick photo of that. So that's kind of what's happening to the pipe in general all over the place. Yeah, and also on the right side of that photo, there's a little separation crack there as well. So definitely this line, yeah, it's cracking all along the right side of the edge of the pipe there. You can see, in fact, you can see water's actually coming through there. It could be backed up, it's flowing around there. So the line is going to eventually have to be completely repaired if they intend to use this long term. Yeah, the line's all cracking there, you can see, and flaking. So we're not going to need to do another pass with the jetter, but any more jetting could do more damage to the pipe on a consistent basis. So yeah, you can see the flake and separation right there. So Let's see where we're at here, if this is our turn coming up or not. Yeah, this is our turn we should be coming up on right here. So yep, this is our 90-degree turn right here. We're not going to force it too hard with our camera, but this is at the edge of the building what we marked. And so this is where then it starts to head towards the front of the building. And we've already seen that line, but we'll inspect it later now that it's been jetted. But this line is open now, so it does drain. So we're going to go ahead and pause the video and pull our camera back. Okay, so we've just pushed our camera all the way in to the T-junction that's along the back side of the building. We've just finished hydrojetting the line. We've got our water being shut off right now, and we're going to go back and pull in reverse. So, again, right there you're seeing this is the turn. So this is where in the back, about 10 feet beyond the fence line, again where we marked, where the line from these two cleanouts in the handicap space under the back of the building, and then the line makes a right-hand turn to go back to catch the 518 suite. So the line has been cleared. We are now going to go ahead and pull back and just show that the debris that we had in the line has been cleaned up from the hydrojetter. So again, there's a little bit of standing water in here that's just kind of draining out of the system, as you can see coming by. But we had some big chunks of debris, both metal strung from the pipe and other feces and paper. So we're just showing that that's cleaned out now. So we're going to have all these little pockets of water that are draining out. But again, we're not seeing anything inside the line so far for the first few feet. So this is what we wanted to verify. We're only seeing water, so that's good. That's what's draining out of the system here as we pull our camera back. We're headed towards the street, towards the clean out box. There's no chunks of heavy metal pipe or heavy debris. Still all clear. Still looking really good. Alright, we're coming out now here out of the vertical, so this is the two clean outs here in the box. We're going to go ahead and just look down this one to the street and see if we need to flush this one out for the short run that's left here. Okay, here's the cast iron. It's looking good so far. Little chunk of debris. That's what we were moving down the line from the previous pipe that we just showed you. So a little bit of chunky debris here and here. We'll flush that out one more quick time. But we're just going to run all the way out here just to show and see if there's anything else major we need to know about. In a few feet here, we're going to be coming up on that little offset where it then transitions. Okay, here's one little big chunk. We saw that earlier. We'll push some of it with our camera. Okay, it's looking good. Here's our little weird offset drop, and then we go right into the clay. So here we go. Here's our clay. We've only got a few more feet, and now we'll be into the city right here. So here's our big city line, you can see. So we're going to pause the video. Okay, so this is the line that goes out to the city. We just went and blew that out to get all the debris out of the line. So it's a couple of minor chunks right there, but not too bad. Everything looks pretty good. And we've got these exposed cleanouts now, which were not exposed, or both of them before. There's that one little bigger chunk we saw earlier. It still really didn't go down the line. But it's a very large chunk, and it's kind of funky. So I think that's kind of one of those pieces is kind of large. Still before there. We're going to go ahead and pause the video.